Hey everybody, welcome back to A Brief on Grief. Um, Today, I wanted to share with you a new inspiration that's brewing in my heart. Um, it's, I know many times in many of these videos over the last couple of years, I've shared the intention, of course, of these videos, right? So the amazing journey that I've been on the last 3 years, instigated by great loss by the end of my marriage, and the impact of learning how to love myself in a different way through loss and basically through any kind of emotion, any painful emotions that are part of loss. So any emotions that are part of grief. So as we've talked about before in these videos, grief is just like an experience that we experience as loss, right? It's not just one emotion. It can actually be experienced. Grief can be experienced as sadness, fear, anger, guilt, shame, fatigue, overwhelm, any emotion, you name it, it can be a part of the grieving experience. So no matter whether you're going through a specific loss that you can identify in your life, or you're just feeling an emotion that feels kind of gross, when you change the way you're with yourself in that emotion, because a lot of the time the shame dragons kind of come in, right? And they come in and we start judging ourselves for why we're feeling that way, maybe thinking that we're doing something wrong in our lives or that we shouldn't be feeling this way, or maybe we're feeling it for a couple days and then we judge ourselves on how long we're feeling it, making that something wrong about us. And there's endless ways that we can judge and shame ourselves, and that just keeps us stuck in it, right? Or we go into strategies that are numbing because we don't want to feel the emotions, right? Because we're taught and we're brought up in a society that to push away uncomfortable emotions and distract ourselves, keep busy, all these things that the grief myths is what I've brought up before related to that. So, but when you don't actually do that, when you live your life directly different than what you're actually told, so not numbing, being aware of painful emotions and not pushing them away, when you learn to like open up and accept what you're feeling and try your best to not add judgment and stories on top of it that are not true and not necessary, it's like a whole new way of loving yourself. And that is the like crazy amazing journey that I've been on. And I realized through like different stages in my experience and different ways I've kind of come about that. I have like default messages in my head of like what the truths actually are. Like when I'm in fear, when I'm in shame and I'm saying certain things about myself or even other people, I'm just like, wait a second. And I've been able to like back up and have these messages, different messages in my head about what the truth is really about me, my capability, my lovability, my worthiness for love and connection, my ability to do things in the world, all the truths about that don't change, no matter what the external environment in my life changes. No matter how I behave, no matter how others behave towards me, no matter what happens in my life that goes right or goes wrong, right or wrong, nothing changes those truths about myself and about the world and the universe. And I have like this amazing like wall of love or wall of truth just around this corner here that I created in 2019 before I went to sign divorce papers with my husband. I created that wall for myself. So when I came back, I had all of those messages. So not only did I like bubble in those messages before I went to meet him, but they were there for me in loving reminders when I came back. And that wall has been amazing. And what I've been grounding in, for a long time, but a lot in the last few weeks here, is it's those messages of love that really count. There's never a more crucial time that we want to feel seen and heard as during times when we're in pain, right? So when we either have messages that we hear, that we tell ourselves, or we have a source of support outside of us in people, in mentors, in community groups, people that remind us of the truths about ourselves and of life, that is love. And when we can do that for ourselves, it's crazy powerful. But I'm realizing in my journey, one of the powerful ways that I got those messages of reminders about the truth and those love messages were through tapping videos online, or through groups and sessions with a mentor. And I realized, yeah, it's what you say to yourself in love that is hugely powerful and hugely nurturing when you're in pain. So I thought, wouldn't it be beautiful, because I have this channel, of course, I thought, wouldn't it be beautiful to create a YouTube channel that was about, that presented these love messages, like where you could go and be like, oh, I'm feeling fear, or I'm feeling shame, or I'm feeling overwhelmed and I can't handle it anymore, like related to those themes. And then, so I've been percolating and brewing on this, and this is an inspiration that I'm going to be creating moving forward, is I think a YouTube channel that's going to have the title, What Love Sees. So it'll be like what love sees when you're afraid, what love sees when you feel ashamed, what love sees and says, maybe it says, anyway, I'm still creating, what love sees and says when you're feeling overwhelmed and can't take it anymore, right? All these universal, beautiful experiences that we all experience as humans. So the power of having that video to go to remind yourself of the truth, like a short little recorded video of these truths, and then having something, because again, the power of creating a video, of watching somebody else speak about a pain that you're experiencing, and they're saying things that resonate with you about how you're struggling and reminding you of actually what's true about yourself, it's super powerful. And it has that extra power of that common humanity, because when we're in pain, that's like the time where we feel the most alone, right? And being seen is the most powerful form of love when we're feeling that way. So it's a combination of being reminded that we're not alone in our pain, and a combination of having these truths of love being spoken to us in those times of pain, to remind us of what is actually true, and not all the lies and stuff and the stories and things that we tend to run away in our minds. And again, we don't have those stories because there's anything wrong with us, because we're bad or stupid. It's basically how we're trained, right? So this is about a retraining ourselves into messages of love, so that your mind can actually dose you with love when you're in pain, instead of dose you with more pain. So yes, I've had this brewing strong in me the last couple of weeks, and I just want to share that. So look out for a new YouTube channel coming, probably, I have no idea when, maybe in the new year, maybe before that. So yeah, okay. I had fun sharing that today. I will see you guys next time. Okay, bye. Oh, having problems with my recording.